Well, hello everyone. Let's get straight into it, why don't we? Should probably get into 4, 8. So that's right, it's 16. I don't know if we're gonna be as fancy as we were last time on this one, honestly. Kind of felt like we had taken it a little bit too far. So we'll see what we do then. Let's make sure we don't have... Not that. There we go. This is probably going to look a little bit more realistic to an actual zoo. Is the goal. Blueprints off. Let's see. Let's get this all in line. Get it all working. Let's see. Nope, we want to grab this. We want to make sure that we've got symmetry. Well, that's just... We're going to have symmetry, but... We're going to have it in this way. Excuse me. There we go. Let's see. Well, obviously I don't want it that like that. I don't want it into the door. So I'll have to shuffle this basically till we're at the outside edge of that door. We can delete this now. We can start working on our how we actually want this to look. And I actually think we want it to look different than this. Let's go with glass barrier. Come on. Oh, come on. Sometimes I really hate how the curved barriers work. I say sometimes, but pretty much always. Let's see now. Why not? Why not? Let's see now. Something's wrong here. Hmm. It's too close to that. I really doubt it. Let's just delete this. Hmm. We don't really need it to be super deep, I guess. Let's see. Apologies for the silence there. It's just water in the game makes me have to focus in. Okay. Now I guess technically I also want to adjust this. I guess actually, no, I want this like here. No. That's fine. Let me delete this because it's definitely throwing me off. Okay. To be fair, most of this is going to be hidden, but if not all of it. Fact construction. Do we hang through that wall at all? Yes, we do. A lot. Hmm. Trying to think of how we're going to get guests in here, or staff in here. Hey, how's it going, Masonry Man? Trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this. Yeah. That looks good. At least as base form. Then we'll grab the null barrier. You go to there. How's it going? Are you in school? And if so, did you just get out? I know school is ending for the summer. If you don't mind answering that question. This is for a number of species. Specifically, it's going to be for a bunch of diving ducks. So we've got ring-necked ducks, hooded mergansers, and lesser scalps, along with a green heron. And then there will be carp in the water as well. Oh shoot, you must be in Australia or something like that. I kind of get an idea of where time zones are. Either Australia or Asia. It's still Friday evening for me. Gotcha. I've got a few Australians who follow the channel, so I kind of got an idea of when Australian time is. I kind of know Australia and like England / Germany. Germany's an hour behind them. One of my moderators is German, so I know his time. I don't know Israel, but I do have a regular show up who's from Israel. I'm trying to think of all the regulars' time zone. So yeah, that's gonna be good. Methinks. So I just need to grab the stone color here. I'm really looking for the zoo concrete mix look here. Guess I should probably also put random rotation on. This is definitely something really cool. At least in my opinion, the idea of this. So I did do this enclosure previously and I lost the save file. But I think I'm actually making it better than it was before. So yeah, everything... this is our whole aquarium area. Everything in here is rivers and lakes of Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Specifically Alabama. Which is where I live. So... we've got... this is kind of representing the Cahaba, which is the highest biodiversity of any river in the US. In fact, the Cahaba River has more Yeah, that was very frustrating. It was like months of work before I could go back to an old save. So this is supposed to represent the Cahaba River loosely, but we've got other rivers like the Tennessee River, where we've got our smallmouth bass and um, rock bass. We've got the Black Warrior River, which is one of the rivers closest to me. Thank you. This is Smith Lake. That's not even work. The Mobile River, which is the largest river system in Alabama, and it has the Alabama and Cahaba rivers. So this river would technically be part of the Mobile River. Then we've got the coastal plain, some walleye, and some catfish. This one's going to be the Chattahoochee, which is more Georgia, but it does go into Alabama. And then this is the Coosa. And then the Cahaba is the one that is often called America's Amazon. There's been documentaries on it. In fact, one of the most endangered fish species in the world, if it's not extinct, the Alabama sturgeon, is only found in the Cahaba. But it's so rare, they basically, to find it, they they take water samples and scan those for DNA of the Alabama sturgeon. That's how rare they are. They don't even try and find them. It's the longest undammed river in Alabama. Hopefully we can get the ducks to actually go into there. I want to see if I put this... Probably tropical. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I do really like the Asia pack for the LED pieces. I feel like this is going to be too much in terms of too large of a glass pane. Come on, buddy. Okay. Should have thought about this first. There we go. PZ Plus, that's the biggest one. For other like pieces, but PZ Plus, PZ Path Plus. Other mods that are super important for building depends on what kind of region of the zoo you're in, but I would say the foliage remaster is pretty great. Um, and then I really like for me, the Appalachian pack is really great for specifically where I'm building. But beyond that, nothing else is technically like necessary, but PZ Plus definitely makes everything significantly easier. All right, let me make sure. I think I've got a pair of hooded merganser. And Hong and Trish. So they're going to go in here. And hopefully oh yeah, that right there is going to look so good. Yeah, no, it's really good. It's pretty easy. Just look up one of Leaf's tutorials. He's got some good ones on how to install mods. Oh, those lag out this area. Not like there's not much that wouldn't lag out this area right now. The zoo is pretty laggy. When you build like this, it kind of happens. I'm not saying I'm the best builder in the world, but I will say I do place a lot of pieces. Man, I still really love this area. I just need to actually get signs back in for it. Oh, they're in somewhere. Merganser. There we go! So they can get up out of that, which is great. Oh, they can use a lot of this. Hey, Adonis. In that case, we're gonna just shuffle. Yeah, I forgot. I'm not too bothered about it. I really don't get much traffic from that, so I often kind of forget to. Slash, I was already running behind on my stream and didn't want to deal with that as well. I don't know why, but just posting links in Discord is annoying to me. But hey, Adonis, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. We are building our divers and waders enclosure, which is for diving ducks and a green heron. So some fun facts is that hooded mergansers are not actually a merganser proper. They are in their own genus. So yeah, that's fun and it's a fact. So um, though they are closely related to other mergansers because they have what's called a sawbill. Or they oh, it's preening. I was like, what the crap? So they have little saw serrations to help them grip fish because this is a fish-eating duck. I guess one of the things I'll want to do is take this and then we'll, yeah, 45 degrees, boom. And then just bring this along like so. And turn off random rotation here. Take out that little planning piece, and now we've got this in place. Let's see if we can get this up to snuff. So I believe hooded mergansers are a cavity nester. So we'll want to make sure we give them something high up that they can nest in, like a nesting box. Luckily, Lowbury has made some on the workshop, so I'm not even going to have to make my own. We'll shuffle like that. We'll take this. A little surprised we don't get the right color on that, but we should be able to change it pretty easily. That's a new bot message. Fun. Bot scammers slash spammer. Usually it says best viewers at this place, but AI viewers? I don't want AI viewers. And I've already got the best viewers. Because y'all are the best. Get it? Yeah, I'm real funny. Let's see if we can get a little bit of rock in there. Obviously, we're going to want to put some greenery, some shrubbery. this. In fact, that kind of divot there kind of acts as a perfect little water area for some like ponytail palms, perhaps. Though I probably should wait to start placing these down till I got the background wall in, but I'll tell you one thing, I definitely want that lower than it is. These are all too much at the same height. I do want this to go over, but maybe this one can go up. Then this one can go down. That's better. And then we'll put some like daffodils or whatever over there. And then we might have some ferns over here. Should also probably get the roof in, because that's going to be a big contributing factor of how we build the rest of it. Let's see. We'll just bring this across like so. And some geese are flying outside. So loud. Let's make sure. There we go. We've got the whole roof in now. So we can really figure out just how tall we want everything to be. We might want to take this. Let's see. See if we can get this going. We're gonna change the color here. Don't you worry. Make sure it's not this gross white color. We may not do a crazy background at all. Kind of leaning against it now. Kind of want to take this. Right here. bring this like so. Say, grab this. I want to take all of this and we're going to make it like a blue color. The limestone has such a good texture. Then if we go in construction and we look up, maybe we can get some tree. This is probably too tall. Let's see if we can make this like a green color. Interesting. Ooh. Yeah, we don't even need that in there. We can just take things like this, say boom. Oops. Can't do that. Maybe put something like this up here. I like moving away from the like super high budget background. What are these called? Duty cow. Like, we don't need that in every single... That's a little too small. Something like that, maybe? That. We turn that like a brown color. Like that. Then we change the color to like a gray. This is something I do like quite a bit. see. And then I want to make this one a tad darker. I don't think I like the mountain ones. Not as much, at least. Maybe that one can stay. And of course there's always that one, but that's just not quite what I want. Not quite what I want there. It's probably gonna peek through that. No? Alright. I will take it. I don't think they called the tree thing decal. Sign. Hmm. Let's see. That works pretty well. Vines. The spiked leaf can work. But if we go for let's make sure we get that green color in. Oh, please. I mean, that kind of works. And then we can take in like one of the spiky leaves. something like that. Let's go with this one. Because that kind of works as palmettos. But let's brighten that up. That's looking pretty good. This is the one that's a little bit... Might actually be worth going all the way white for this one. Yeah, let's see if we can get this in line to a decent place. Of course, they're different thicknesses. Just make this a little different over here. Let's turn this to white. Let's turn this to white. I don't really like them being so low-lying, I found out. They need to be in the cloud layer. In fact, I don't really like this one being that low either. That's looking pretty good now. Let's see. Let's grab these. sort of makes it a little bit nicer all together. Oof. Lagged a bit there. Trying to think. I feel like almost that these clouds were that no, they look too cartoony. Hmm. But no, I think it does work pretty well. Honeytail palm, some cabbage plants, maybe. No, I think daffodil. Daffodils in here. That's nice. Um, that looks pretty good, I think. Um, I think, do I want to stick some basket ferns in here? Maybe some of those? I don't know. I don't think I really like that. I don't want it to be too heavily planted in here. Kind of like in where we're sitting right now. Hey, Jess. How's it going? Yeah, how is it going, sir? I think you were here. I'm good. I think you were here when we built this the first time, but now we get to rebuild it. And I think it looks actually better this time. Which is crazy because I really liked it the first time around. but this feels much more like it's an actual zoo habitat, in my opinion. As opposed to last time like, it probably could have worked as a zoo habitat, but um, of this incredibly high budget one, this one feels so much more grounded, in my opinion. But yeah, glad you're able to tune in on this live stream. Hope nothing was happening that was difficult for you. And it was just not being able to make it. Nothing crazy happening in your life, but glad you're able to make it now. Gotcha. Well, busy's good. At least it's better than health issues or family issues, anything like that. So, and if it's busy with work, then if you enjoy your work, then being busy isn't necessarily a bad thing either. I am on the last 3 weeks of my parental leave now because I split it into two 3 week sections instead of one 6 week section. So I have 3 weeks of not working. So that is quite exciting. We'll be visiting the North Carolina Zoo sometime in June, which is exciting. I've got a new video coming out tomorrow that I'm very excited about. There we go. All right, so now let's actually get this going. This is a trick that Captain Callum has taught me. Using these big frames, and then we'll use an LED piece to make it significantly, to make a nice edge to it. All right, let's see. And because now we can go LED, strip, Then we'll make this a very dark gray color. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, perfect. What the? I hate when the hitboxes are like this. Turn off the light. There we go. We can move it back at the end. We can move it back at the end, no issue. Man, that's annoying. That's quite annoying. But oh well. And let's see if we can get this all in line here. So now what I should be able to do is grab all that. Basically, I want to grab all this, deselect. No. Well, that's not what I want to do at all. There we go. And then if we deselect this one, We could click it. There we go. We should be able to grab this. Bring it along like so. Then do the same thing right along here. And then sort of do the same thing right along here. Then boom. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Then boom. That's pretty good. Take that. Then we're just gonna make sure that we got these strips in place. Again, primarily acting as like silicone. Let's see, why do I have 5 disc? It's all from this one. The one for Discord. That's right. Let's get this going now. Let's see, come on. There's the first one. Boom. Grab. That's right. It's just decided to be incredibly difficult for me. Let's see if we can grab this piece. We gotta grab one at a time. Boom. That's really starting to come together. Just a few more things. Let's first make sure we take the bottom of this and make it like a concrete bottom. Because that's going to make it look significantly more realistic. The back floor is going to be easy. It's the one that's facing the glass that's going to be a little trickier. No, it's not super flat, which is not really what I wanted. It's not really what I'm interested in. Maybe if we do mud. I just want something that's going to be easy to clean. And we can break up the texture with some stalactites, but this is a good way to add texture without making it too bumpy, because the bumpier it is, then water's going to pool in these certain areas. And that's going to make it more difficult to clean, which we don't want it to be difficult to clean at all. It's because you're going to have to drain this water. At some point. Let's grab these ceiling pieces, shuffle them around. Let's see, can I get a whole other group in here? Yeah. Perfect. Let's see. So now we'll just use this to add a little bit more texture to a few areas. So we've just got some concrete here. And then let's grab some more stalactites. Smaller pieces might be a little bit better for this because they don't have as much crazy shape. And then we'll take some like gravel. Have some splatters of that. Boom. Boom. That adds just a little bit more texture to it. And then we probably want to come in with like some hydrilla. These would probably have to be replaced quite frequently because ducks. But um, it could work. And then maybe some periwinkle over the top. Align inverted, align to water. Actually, that's not even what I want to do. Let's go and get some faux rock. Make sure that I get something that working on what's called a filter wear. Let's grab the rock color from here. And then we do like drain. We grab this. And this sifts out any larger debris like feathers and stuff. From my understanding, at least. I don't know if I like how this looks. Maybe more like this. Something like that. Put another one like over on this side, maybe. Closer to there. We just sink that in just like so. It's gonna grab all the debris. Make sure that it doesn't get caught in our regular filtration system. Because it could be destructive to that regular filtration system. I think I'm quite happy with how that looks, except for the lighting. Hmm. I might bring these up by quite a bit. I don't like the spotlight being so massive. It just doesn't, or so small focus. I really want area lights that are as bright as the spotlights. So I want to take this, make sure that it's not. That looks pretty good. We probably want a vent, at least a vent in there, probably multiple. Probably one here. And then right above the water here. And so the idea is that warm air comes in here. As it cools, it's going to come across. So as it comes across the water, it's going to cool, bring the air lower, and it's going to escape there. And that's going to be a way you can control humidity. It's used in terrariums a lot. This is just same thing, larger scale. What's this right here? See, should be able to be moved a little bit. Boom. Now let's get some signs in here, because that's going to be something that's helpful. Did I already get those signs in the right folder? I'm really gonna doubt it, but yeah, no. I'm still gonna need that up, but let's get some nice signs in here to get a feel for the right birds. And I want to see if we can get download page, PNG, download. Then I want to open. Save as, this is a ring-necked duck. And it's going to go into user media. Then I'm going to download this one, which is the lesser scout. Download page, PNG, download. There, scout. Then that goes into user media. I haven't made a one for the carp yet, so we'll leave that. as it is. Save as hooded merganser. Go into user media, save. Now y'all can't really see what I'm working on right now, but y'all will see the results in just a second. Almost done. All right, let's see if we can get this in. So this will be the top sign. We'll probably do the green heron in here. Okay. Make them kind of look like they're flowing into each other. I think I do want a little bit of separation between them. Just set it to like right there. Looks like it needs one more rotation. No. Let's see. Let's just get all these because it's gonna be easier. And just slide that into position. Now let's go see if we get some of these species as props. Vultures, that's not going to be under vultures or owls or hogs. Let's see, duck. Waterfowl. Mealy's waterfowl. Let's see. That's a lot. Oh, so those are some whistling ducks. Scovies. Charts. Hooded mergansers, but that's not really what we need. We've already got hooded mergansers, golden eyes, eiders. Okay. Let's go to the workshop and check. But struggling. So before we put it in, let's just check. White-faced whistling duck. Let's just see. And it's boobies, ibis. All right, Rick, what you got for me? Oh, the bufflehead is close. Does he have any more ducks over here? Common merganser, Kyle teal. Cube teal, cube shoveler, wood duck, mandarin duck. Cormorants. Scovies. Okay. Robustus is American birds. Doesn't look like we really got waterfowl. Robustus is assorted birds. We got some stuff, but not ducks. Robustus is water birds. It's like we're not quite that. Low breeze pack. I think he's got the green heron. Waterfowl. Bear's parchard, hardhead, cheat pintail, tufted duck, ringed teal, fulvous whistling duck, chestnut teal, white-faced whistling, lesser whistling, black-bellied whistling, Brazilian teal, common pochard, African pygmy goose, Australian wood ducks, common shell duck, yeah, okay. But I think if we go to storks and herons, it is here that we've got the green heron, no? Is that another pack that I don't remember? Well, I know I've had a green heron. Yeah, use these guys. Okay, let's check the workshop. Workshop. Was it in the Florida bird pack? No. Green. Green. Searching the workshop. Did I miss a green heron in here somewhere? Yes, I did. So this guy. This guy will go in here to try and make it look a little bit more alive. Probably. And then we need to look up waterfowl. See if any of these packs. That's all geese. Pekin mallard, but wow, just nobody has like ringneck ducks. Scalp. Nothing. I might have to commission me one of them. I'll talk to one of the prop makers and see if they are up for one. But that's going to be it for this area. I was going to work on some more aquariums, but I've kind of burnt out on aquariums. So let's go to a place where I've got a few more frames. And that's right in here. I might need to turn down the settings because the frames are starting to get to me. Oh, everything's low. Ooh boy. I can't do that. That's too. I want to see. Can I? Hey, how's it going, Stubby Wubby? Let me see. Pretties. I'm doing good, Stubby Wubby. How do I show FPS again? whatever. I'm trying to see if my game can run this at all on ultra graphics. And it does seem like it's hiccuping quite a bit. Yeah, nope. Nope. We'll turn it back down to low. Maybe I can take screenshots in, like, the ultra. But it works alright in the low settings. Yeah, that's not looking quite as good as I would want it to. Is Twilight Masonry. Let's get this to be the right color. Come on, game. Let's make sure we get all of this turned into the right color. All right, perfect. This one is so enclosed. We might do like, this might be like our inner sanctum of the temple feeling. So we might actually delete all that. Um, let's see. There we go. Make sure we get this all in line. we could finish this enclosure tonight as well, that would be great because we'd have two really nice looking enclosures by the end of it. Yeah, that looks much more in line so far. Now let's just get some temple pieces. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna have these sunk in here. Gotcha. Probably sunk in like, maybe there's fine. Maybe we want to have this like here. Boom. Boom. So these will kind of act as our framing elements. They're not all going to be intact. But I think it will work nicely in terms of just giving us an idea of it being like a courtyard of a temple is kind of the idea that I'm going for. Grab all of these and delete them. So these were just for spacing. Again, the general theme of this area is that the jungle is taking back this like ancient temple. So that's the theme that we're going for. And we'll decorate the exterior later. So now, if we just grab all of these, I want to bring them all to the top, and then we can start working on ruining some of them. Because that's something I do want to do, is make sure that not all of these look perfect and uniform and so forth. And then I want to grab all of them to make them a nicer color. See how that looks in there. Yeah, it already breaks up the wall a little bit. Maybe we want to go for darker or for color more closely to this. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks better. So there's that one. see. Can we like stick this up like there? Make it look like it was connected. See if we can just smother some ruins around here. Kind of sells the effect a little bit more. So we really want to get this effect really nailed down. Let's see. We can get all these to then be this color. Let's see how that looks in here now. Better. I think with some decals and planting, it will look nicer. Probably want to do planting first and then decals later. Let's get the colors right for these bits as well. I think we need to tie in the floor a little bit more. So let's go for the Twilight Masonry. And we're going to cover up a lot of this. But I want at least some of this tile work to be visible. Boom, there we go. Hmm. All right, let's move all this back up into place. That looks better. We'll probably make sure to take a mesh. And then turn off grids. Boom. Let's see. This is a protective cage so that the monkeys can't get to the lighting. I'm going to make sure to strengthen it with additional metal beams, but this is just going to make it feel more realistic, because little tamarins would most certainly trash the ceiling of this. Almost certainly. Perfect. And then let's grab some fence. Let's go New World fence. Or is it European fence? It's not this. There it is. It's the New World sign, or New World signpost single. Let's see. Let me guess. It's gonna be... No, it's just there. Come on now. Oh yeah, that's not gonna have that snap point, probably. This is very much fun, right? Watching me trying to figure out how to put metal beams in. This is not going to be fun, is it? They're just going to make it so difficult to move these around. It's no big deal. No big deal. We'll just continue working on this framing. See, are there any others that go above? It does not look like it, so that's good. Let's get this in place. Just grab all of these. Make sure we are all selected. Control Z, Control X. Make sure that these all get lined up. Oh, well. So that kind of works for now, at least. I don't want to mess too much with that. Let's get a spotlight in. These are going to be tricky. But we can probably hide them with roof stuff. And then we want to make sure that the light is always on. see if we're able to get some mid-ground lighting. But I'd prefer if we can just do hanging lights, because these are also pretty bright. They don't do quite the same effect. Sweet. So that works there. These look much more like what you might expect to see in a tropical hall. Some big old grow lights. Which is going to support the fact of us having a bunch of plants in here. All right. Let's see. I think we probably want to start making some planters. I just want to make sure we get some planted beds in here. I want to try and make it so that the monkeys lift off from the temple rather than these planted areas. So this one's going to be a bit more temple than the ocelot, but it's still going to have some dense foliage. Let's group this all together. Boom. There we go. So that back area there will be a planter. Feel like there should be a planter. Small one around here. And then one here. And then we'll have mosses and vines covering this ground as well. We'll see what we're able to make work. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this is the biggest of the planters back here. There we go. Inbox animal. There we go. Should probably get food and stuff for these guys. Kinkajou. Let's see. I was gonna say, I bet we can use the forage box for either them or the agoutis or both. Might stick some temple pieces into here. Boom. Let's see. Okay, so the golden lion tamarins and the kinkajous should be able to use that. Red rump. Okay, still can't do that for the red rump agouti. Okay, so kind of capybara feel. Small barrel feeder. Feel like an off-white makes the most sense for that. A few water bowls, and then maybe like a large food dish. Really, no suitable species. Okay, let's go back to the kinkajou because we can probably get some fun enrichment items on here. Tree forager. Yeah, tree forager could be good. Hey, welcome back, Guinea Pig King. We got a close relative of the guinea pig in here. At least I think agoutis are close relatives. Let's see, is that accessible? Come on. No. Hmm. Still inaccessible, huh? So we're building for our South American species. It says accessible. What does this say? Still inaccessible. I guess it's a little bare there. So we've got kinkajou, we've got tamarins, and we've got agoutis. You're all good. Oh, those are too steep for them to go over? That's unfortunate. I mean, that can be adjusted, but... See, can he get up in there now? No. Very interesting. That I'm the favorite of these guys that I'm building for? Oh, and there's a sloth in here. I don't know, probably the agouti. Oh, the kinkajou is a pretty close second, though. Okay, there we go. Favorite thing I've built for tonight? Well, let me show you the other enclosure we were working on earlier. It's in our aquarium building. And boom. So there would be more duck species in here than are currently shown, but there's no props for them. So these are the species that would be in here. So we've just got the green heron and the hooded merganser. But I'll be asking some people I know who make props if they'll make me these other ducks. But yeah, I really like this enclosure. And I really like green herons. I saw one in New Orleans when I went this past weekend. So we're gonna grab some of the taller rocks here. Lower them down quite a bit. Let's see if... I'm sure these guys can get just about everywhere. Yeah. This, and maybe this guy. Yeah, he can get through a lot of places. It's really the kinkajou that's having issues. Really still can't fit back there. It's not the end of the world. Well, I wonder, can we stick this here now? Looks like we can. Perfect. Yeah, it looks like we can get to most of the places now. The tamarins can pretty much get anywhere they want. All the mulch is in there. I guess we're just gonna remulch it. What is that? Oh, interesting. I guess you can see how many times I've built for koalas. Let's see. See. And then on one of our previous streams, we built for our ocelot right here, which is a very impressive habitat, in my opinion. Where? Oh, of course. Honestly, not too upset if she's boxed up, because probably saves on the lag. One less thing to calculate. Let's turn that off. All right, then if we go for temple, we're gonna lower this all the way down. Bring that like so. Let's see. Get this stone ruin kind of dais that's now a feeding area for monkeys and kinkajou. All right, so what was our main plant palette? We used some scavilla. Course, because that's one of the you want to build tropical, you use this. It just is great as ground cover. We'll probably put moss in grunge over through here, but we should probably make sure all of our stuff is inside the enclosure. Then I think one of the others was the Swiss cheese plant. I want to make sure we got random rotation turned on for this. This one could be much more repetitive in texture. Probably used some elephant ear as well. Let's see. I think we use lobster claw as well. Yeah, lobster claw, elephant ear. Those are the remaining ones, basically. Looking good, looking good. Then elephant ear. Pretty nicely shown off here. We still have all this open space right here. This feels very empty right here. Gotta figure out what we're gonna do about that. We're nearing the end of the stream, so we don't have a ton of time to figure out how we're going to do that. We might add a fallen tree like that. Hmm. Let's see. That sort of fills the space. It doesn't do it fully. Hmm. Still seems a little bit empty. I wonder if we changed this color for the in this stone to be have the moss. Is that gonna make a ton of difference? Not a ton, but it definitely does improve it. Anybody got any suggestions for what should go in here? We might just do something similar to this. Where we take something like here. We really don't have enough time to do a full climbing frame, but let's see if we can get one roughed in. Yeah, I've got a video coming out tomorrow, 8 o'clock Central Time. So I highly encourage, if you're watching it, the live stream right now, to be prepared to watch that tomorrow. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, because that will make sure that you're able to see the video when it comes out. We'll be touring one of the sections that we've completed, which is exciting. I might actually grab this, bring it like so. So I do like the idea of branching off this way. Let's see. Yep, let's just get this going. Make sure we've got it hooked up there. It's probably interesting enough for now. I want to see, can these guys climb it? Where are our little monkeys in Kinkajou? It's very hard to find them in here. Oh, there's something. There's the Kinkajou. Looks like you can use parts of it. What about the tamarins? Where are they? They're so tiny. Oh, there's one. They can also only use parts of it, but it's no big deal. They can use... Oh, sweet. That instantly let us use more of it. It's really fine. That's really more there for visuals than them to actually climb it. What needs to be added to this? I think we're going to add some bromeliads and stuff to the walls, some grunge and cracks and stuff like that in there. Other than that, this enclosure is pretty much finished, which is great. I need to get signage for it and the ocelot enclosure as well. Yes, some pops of color as well, because this is very gray, green, and a little bit of yellow. But pops of color would be great for this enclosure. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. I will catch y'all later, and goodbye.